Welcome back, my gardening friends, and we're back at home at the greenhouse, grow room and grow room. Doors open only so I can get in, and it's blowing a gale as normal, but it's dry and reasonably warm. So what have we got going on in here? So here we have the giant red cabbages. We've got two of the giant tomatoes which I set off, which are being slightly shaded, which is good. Stop them getting a little bit leggy. And we've got some of the long peppers. The giant onions, we've got to start thinning them out now, and one of the better ones there is that one. I've only kept a few, we'll see the rest shortly. And there's a second succession or so in there of red cabbage at the back, and some more of the long chilies. These are the ones that I've grown before. Some microgreens, they're on day 9. It's Saturday the 1st of February, so we'll be having a little look at those shortly. Just a little experiment I'm trying, following some of my other creators. We've got 2 trays there we will see shortly, and we've got some lettuce there, and the little white dots you can see are little green shoots, so they're coming up nice and steady. We'll try and have a little bit of cut and grow lettuce whilst we've got the greenhouse reasonably warm. So we'll just move on into the greenhouse grow room, and as you can see there, that was the first rocket potato we started on the 1st of December, and I must say it's enjoying these new lights. I've had to move them about, so some of the leaves have just dropped. They do tend to get a little bit leggy because they're reaching for the sky. And then we've got all our onions, shallots. These were some spares that we chitted, and we've popped them in there. Other than that, the main ones are all in the single cell trays, and they can go straight into the new raised beds as I build them. That looks like the second one that we sowed, and we did do 2 on the first, as you can, because I've moved them. The leaves have just dropped over. They'll twist back round hopefully. We'll just move around to the other side where all the spare onions are. Those large cabbages and the big onions will be coming in here shortly, and these are the asparagus seeds. They have chitted, and hopefully they will grow to maturity in 2 or 3 years time. That's why I didn't dig up that volunteer asparagus on plot 1. These are the seeds for the microgreens. We'll have a little look at those. I'm still trialling these. I did ask the company if they wanted to give me a discount code for anybody that wanted to try these, but you do get a good packet of seeds, which is what I've always been worried about. The beetroot especially, obviously it's a lot lighter. They're all about 100 grams, which you get, and in total, as he forgets, it was about £15. So basically, you work it out, guys, but it was with postage, it was about £15. So I thought it was really well worth it, and I may have undersown the actual seeds in the dishes. The beetroot seems a little bit further behind, and I have found difficulty in keeping them well watered. Yeah, mainly because I keep forgetting. And as you can see there, where I've watered, it's pushed the seeds. So I've tried this just with tissue. I will be trying it with compost, but the seeds were the inspiration from Wayne's Allotment. So that's Wayne at Wayne's Allotment, and basically he's tried this. I'm going to do a taste test shortly to see what we like and what we don't like, but inspired by Ryan at A Little Dirt Never Hurt, Digwell Greenfingers, Southpaw Davey Urban Farm, Kelly's Kitchen Garden, William Coleman's Garden and an Allotment. And if you're a creator that's tried the microgreens, please comment in the comments to let everybody know if anyone's interested, and just tap onto their little circles and go off to their channel and have a little look. But let's have a little taste test. So I've just lifted them out of the trays and then cutting a little bit off. I should ideally use some decent scissors. So normally I've only really ever had cress, so excuse me, and that was just for you, Joyce. So this is the cress. And yeah, tastes like, oh no, that's a little bit, oh yeah, you get that little bite at the end. Oh, that's a lot better than what you get from the supermarket. So we just moved to the rocket. Excuse me. Wow, the overpowering taste, excuse me, is unbelievable. So I won't really need a lot of this in my lunchbox. And Ryan at A Little Dirt Never Hurt, his last video, looked at people who sent him photos with microgreens on, so that's well worth having a look at, and all the other people that I'll be mentioned in the what's names below, the channel creators. So we move on to broccoli. Now I will be trying one or two of these seeds to see how they mature into full plants. So excuse me. Yeah, nice little bit of flavour, not as strong as the others, but again, they must be full of goodness. Mustard, I left this till last in case it was a wee bit strong, but let's see. This isn't washed. I'm not worried too much, but you prepare yours however you want to. Now, that is strong. So, thinking about how much I've got here, I've used smaller. Yeah, the wind is blowing really strong. How big a portion we actually sow each time. There's nothing stopping me just using half a dish, but I didn't cover them over when they were actually germinating. So whoa, come on guys, stay with me. But I shall put the covers on next time. That will just help with the moisture content and may actually help. Do you think I could leave those covers on? I should say they're just ice cream tubs. Just leave them on loosely maybe. That'll stop them drying out too quickly in the heat. But yeah, love your comments below please, especially from creators who've done microgreens, or if you're a creator, just let us know. Now on the instructions, some of these do say they're actually sprouts, but I'm growing them as microgreens, rightly or wrongly. But that taste test has definitely made me think really well worthwhile trying. It doesn't take up much space, and ideal for your windowsill. Here we have some giants. This is the kohlrabi. This is the aubergine, and there's a celeriac there. Somebody kindly sent me, I think it was Paul, some of these giant red cabbage seeds from the world record strain, and we've got some more peppers growing there. Some of Marie Curie's onions, they're coming again, Bedfordshire Giants, and these are the asparagus. As you can see, there's still a few more there, but I've got 24 plants up to yet. So as you can see, these do and are desperate for potting on. Must get that done. Now I did mention that the potatoes were loving the light in here, and this is the light I'm using. So I was watching one of CB's greenhouse and gardens videos, and he'd already trialled and reviewed some lights, and then he suddenly had another one sent him from this company, and it's called a winged light, and I'm really impressed with it because, as it says on the tin, it's a winged light. So basically you can direct the light. Ooh, hang on, that's me looking at the screen and my finger. So basically you can direct the light wherever you want. So basically they've all at this angle. I've only done that one to show you how they work, but they just shine down to wherever you want them to. And if a helicopter goes over at night time, then I think I might end up having my door knocked in, because it does look very, very suspicious. And when I do switch these off, I think there's an in. No, there isn't. Oh, there is. Let's just see if when I switch the light off, it makes you can see any difference. If I can find the switch. So, and this gets left on for 12 hours, the same as my grow room at the moment. Yes, everything seems to be enjoying it. I've had a bit of a mail call, if you can call it a mail call. I won a little competition on Gary and Ben's channel. Not fully sure of the exact channel name, so again, that'll be below, above all the microgreens. So let's see what I've won. So Gary and Ben have sent me a nice little letter, and yeah, the channel name is G&B Allotments. You don't have to add Gary and Ben, and as you can see, it's well packaged, put as fragile, but everything's smashed to pieces, but all in one piece. Gary and Ben. Now the staples there will come in really useful for the wire supports to stop my raised beds bowing out, so they'd come in really useful, and a nice array of nails there also. And basically Gary put a bid in on a certain site for some nails, screws, absolutely everything, and he got the lot for about £45, £50, and it was masses and masses and masses. So he decided to share this with some of his viewers, and well, let's say viewers, you mustn't say subscribers, but you mustn't have competitions just for subscribers, else we get into trouble. But no, it was open to everybody, and I was lucky enough to win. So thank you to Gary and Ben at G&B Allotments. So there's another one, second of the first. It won't be long before I'm, well, no, I'm due today actually to plant another one. So the lowest it's got is to about 9 degrees here. And you say, what's this here? And it's not a skip vine, guys. Well, it's a good job this wing light doesn't get warm, else one of my ears now would be melting. But I drove down a road, and at the end of quite a posh property was all this, with a lovely big free sign next to it. Let's just move that out of the way. So there's some attachments there to what you would think is a strimmer for long reach. And then we've got some really old petrol hedge cutters, which I do love tinkering about, see if I can get them going, get those lubricated up and see if we've got any working. But the important one was this chainsaw. Always very useful to have a chainsaw about. It's not a popular model, but I can have a little bit of tinkering time. And there was also another chainsaw without anything. It looks like the cap there has disappeared. It's an electric one, but it's got 2 batteries and those charging sets, so it might be, as if anybody's got something like that who lives close to me, you can have those, my friends, if you fetch them. But yes, another good find. Ouch, that's my head again. But yeah, it's always worth stopping and having a look, and it just helps to recycle, repurpose and reuse things. I would love to concentrate more on doing a few more bits, sewing, etc., but if I don't get these raised beds done, then I'm going to be in trouble. But I'm just hoping that these 5 or 6 big onions do well for me. If not, they certainly make good eating. And we always talk about giant vegetables, are they any good to eat? Well, I've changed my mind, because I'm still eating that giant red cabbage. So we're just moving into my shed, and we're taking the logs from here now. And if you hear any whistling or anything, it's my little friend there, and he passes wind exactly like I do, so I'm just hoping he won't do it, else you'll just be laughing hysterically. Do need to do a bit of tidying up. I've got a reducer, 12 volt to 6. I'll be doing a review on that, because at the moment it's on my pump, and this is the place where I do all the vegetable sifting, and this is my fridge for storing my potatoes in, and those there are from Alan at the Dawn Chorus plot. Please go and have a look at his channel as well. He's just got his polytunnel up and it looks absolutely great. And there we have my Jerusalem artichokes. That's where I keep mine, Kelly. That's Kelly's kitchen garden. She's had a few of my Jerusalem artichokes to try, and I'll be grabbing one of those and potting up again. And I may, well, I'm doing every 2 weeks with my sowing of or planting of the potato tubers. Got some red ones there, and we've still got loads of potatoes still to harvest in buckets. But yeah, so Wayne's Allotment, pop and have a look at his channel and have a look at the link there to take you to those seeds. Go and check out CB Greenhouse and Garden and have a look at the wing light and all the other grow lights that he's reviewed. William Coleman Garden and Allotment, Kelly's Kitchen Garden, Southpaw Davey Urban Farm, Digwell Greenfingers, and Ryan at a little dirt never hurt. He's doing wonders with microgreens for his stall, so well worth popping to those. And don't forget, check the comments out and have a little tap the face, see if they're a creator, and pop and have a look. And as Simon used to say, let's grow our gardening community. Yes, he certainly does a good impersonation of me, passing wind, and I turned the camera off and walked by him and he did it, but he probably won't do it again. Well, I'm going to take these up now and see if Mrs. King likes these as much as I have. Ideal, say microgreens, I can start them earlier next year, and will be a great addition to my lunchbox. Thank you very much for all the new subscribers. They seem to be flying in really quickly at the moment. Lots and lots of views, and I've now anticipate that I will get 1 million views by the end of March. So thank you very much. Happy gardening to you all. Till next time, my friends. Ta-ra for now. I'm going to clean this mess up now.